Well, hello there, Aries. How are you? It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we are doing your weekly tarot reading. This is good for the week of November 11th through the 17th. We'll take a look at the overall energy with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details about any obstacles on your path or any advice that Spirit has for you. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Cleansing waters, purification activates life, vibrant life force, and armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries. Yeah. Aries, I think, the energy that I get here. Okay, so the energy that I'm getting here is, I think, you may have had a difficult time for some time. Okay, so it's not just like this last week. This is like maybe even, this is the number 3. Maybe even the last 3 years have been very difficult. And if you look at the armadillo spirit, right? The armadillo there has like a very tough armor of a skin, right? And I feel like whatever has occurred over, like, let's say the last 3 years, you may not have started out with a tough skin, but after 3 years of having difficult situations or relationships, one after another, you may have had one tower moment after another. You've built this tough skin, right? And it's about understanding that it's time to replace the tough skin with healthy boundaries. So we put the tough skin on when we've had some difficult setbacks or disappointments. We build that tough skin, and we allow that tough skin to be the wall, okay, instead of building healthy boundaries. And sometimes we need that tough skin for a while, just to kind of like get through it, right? Survival mode. But you're at the end of survival mode. You're ready to start thriving again. So there's a transition period. We can't just turn the switch from survival to thriving. So you're getting ready to go from survival to thriving, but that takes a little bit of a transition period. And it's about starting to relax the armor, the wall that you may have built between yourself and other people, and allowing yourself to instead put in healthy boundaries. And so there's a difference, right? There's a difference between a healthy boundary and a wall. A wall, think about a wall, is like a cement or brick wall. Like nobody's gonna get through it. Just like the armor of the armadillo, right? It's kind of like, Maggie's snoring, sorry. It's kind of like, yeah, nobody's getting through that armor. Nobody's going to hurt the armadillo. Nobody's gonna hurt your heart again because you've got that wall up. But a boundary is kind of like more like a chain link fence. You can see through it. You know that is where a boundary is, where you stop and somebody else starts. The chain link fence means that you can still have conversations, but the boundary, the healthy boundary, kind of sets the rules of engagement for those conversations. They stay respectful, right? One person talks, one person listens, and then you go back and forth. You kind of go back and forth. There's equal give and take, and a healthy boundary is where we do have that equal give and take. But that takes some time to go from having walls to having more of a chain link fence, right? And part of it is, these cleansing waters. We're in Scorpio season. That is a water season. Purification activates vibrant life force. It's about allowing the emotions to come up in what has perhaps caused the walls to come up, right? It's about allowing those emotions to be transmuted, to be healed. I feel like you've been working on this for some time, Aries. This is allowing you. This is kind of like a message of letting you know that now is a great time to allow those emotions to be released so that you can work more on healthy boundaries instead of having, this is sending you in a whole new way, because look at, you have exchanging gifts. This is equal give and take. Understanding that healthy relationships have equal give and take. And that's what you're working towards, right? You're wanting to thrive. We cannot thrive if we don't have healthy relationships where there's an equal give and take. And so that's what you're trying to manifest. I think you've been working on this for some time. Yeah, you have the higher power, and then you have divine timing. I think also there is something about, perhaps a relationship from the past that you maybe didn't feel like you got some closure on. This person could be kind of like, reaching out, or those emotions around that situation are kind of coming up to the surface at this time, allowing you to kind of like take a look at it one more time. This is taking you in such a beautiful, if you're feeling stuck about some situation that you had in the past that kind of like still has you having your armor up, we can, I have to say, I'll talk for my own self, okay, that I have noticed that even if I feel like I have healed something, from a situation, and then out of the blue, right, and you have the divine timing here, out of the blue, somebody brings it up, a difficult situation that I had in the past, right? Or something like that. Or they're talking about their difficult situation that they're going through. That's very similar to something that I've encountered, right? All of a sudden, those emotions can be triggered again. And that really is an indication to us that if we feel kind of like on guard, right? Or all of a sudden we're saying things are coming out of our mouth that we're like, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't look like I've really healed that. There's still some resentment there, or anger there, or something like that, right? It's about understanding, okay, I need to go back in. I need to take a look at this one more time. I need to, do some final healing, gain the insight, gain the lesson in this situation so that I can break down the armor and really step into an energy of thriving, of being more vulnerable, of instead of a cement wall, I have a chain link fence. Yeah, this is helping you to bring, you have the Tower and you have the Justice card and you have the burden. For some of you, I think that this is some type of a legal contract that maybe crumbled, okay, very quickly. And you've had some burden because of it. So this could be, you had got a divorce, right? That may have brought down like your financial stability or something like that. It's about dropping the burden of the divorce, right? Understanding that, okay, I'm going to see the good, the silver lining in the divorce that financially was difficult, right? Put up these boundaries so that nobody's going to hurt me again, or hurt my finances, or hurt my heart again. But it's time to take a really good look at the silver lining of that dark cloud, understanding that helps you to drop the burden, helps you to clear out those emotions, helps you to do the final healing. Because I feel like maybe right now you've taken the cement wall down to a wooden privacy fence. That's good progress. And now you're taking the wooden privacy fence down to a chain link fence, which is even better, right? You're being able to open up more, be more vulnerable. For some of you, if this was a financial setback, so like maybe you had a job, right? So a contract, or, you had a job or a career and then it suddenly ended, right? The financial setback that could have caused, or even the energy of feeling like I gave so much to somebody or to some situation and then suddenly it was gone. Suddenly it came crashing down. and that was a huge burden to you. So let's go to the tarot and see what we have here. Yeah, you have the exchanging gifts, wanting. I feel like you are truly wanting to share again, to become more vulnerable, right? To bring more joy and happiness, emotional mastery, okay? Mastering your emotions so that you can have more joy. Let's face it. If you're in a situation where you have walls up, you can't truly have joy in a lot of your life, right? In your friend sector, in your family sector, with your coworkers, because you're kind of like guarded all the time. Your energy, when you walk into a room, lets people know that you're guarded and that you're not really there for any fun. So let's see what we have here. Yeah, I think, here's your three. It's reassessing, okay? Some difficult situations, some disappointment, some heartbreak. It's reassessing it and really kind of like allowing yourself to weigh the good and the bad in the situation, okay? I think you know what the bad is, right? I mean, let's face it, some tower came in and wiped something out. You know what the bad is. This is balancing out what was difficult about the situation with the insight of what it has brought you, the good of the situation. Every single dark cloud has a silver lining. And that's what I think you are gaining when you allow yourself to kind of like, spend time by water, take a hot bath, even spend some time just enjoying yourself, being in nature. However you can get to that point where you can allow yourself to relax so that you can see clearly what is the silver lining of this situation. And when you can, it's kind of like, oh my goodness, that is how we transmute those energies. We start breaking down that cement wall into a wooden privacy fence, into a chain link fence, right? It's not about, I don't want healthy boundaries. You do want healthy boundaries, but it's like, I don't need a wall anymore, because we start recognizing that even those difficult times in our life, when we're going through them, we don't maybe understand that it is for our highest good. This is the energy of understanding this tower truly was for your highest good. You're getting to that point. So let's take a look at what your obstacle is. Yeah, I think, there's something here about, I think you were truly committed to whatever this is, whether it was a relationship or a job or a career or a business. You were truly committed to it. And it could be that the person or the situation, they were able to move on much more quickly than you, or maybe you initially, moved on very quickly, right? But now you're recognizing, wait a minute, I didn't really take the time to transmute those painful energies, those emotions about the situation. So it could be that, you got a divorce. Say you got a divorce, right? You could have moved on very quickly, maybe started dating other people very quickly. But what you're recognizing now is that that wasn't necessarily the healthiest thing to do, because you weren't able to really allow yourself to become vulnerable. Or it could be that the person that you were with, they moved on very quickly. Right? And now you're recognizing, okay, they moved on very quickly. There could have been even more pain because they did move on quickly, right? That can be very painful. And what you're just kind of coming into is just recognizing, what is all the good of this, Yeah. So let's see what we have here. I think this may have something to do with money or your career, right? Or a long-term committed relationship. There's both of those here. I feel like you've been holding yourself back. For some of you, if it was a relationship that fell down, you could have thrown yourself into your career. But now what you're recognizing is by throwing yourself in your career, all you were doing was putting on this armor to try to protect yourself from having your heart broken again. So you threw yourself into your career, but now you're looking back on it and saying, okay, wait a minute. I need to transmute some of these emotions around the the ending of a relationship. Instead of just throwing myself in my career, I want to have this balance, right? The Two of Pentacles. I want to have this balance. I want to have not just my career, but I want to have relationships or time for fun. I want to balance my life out. That's great. I mean, I really feel like you're healing. This is a wonderful energy of healing. Yes, so let's take a look. We have the angels of the four directions coming in, and I do feel like you have a new path, that you're really working towards having a healthy boundaries, right? And yet at the same time, not overcommitting to one thing or another. Just having that balance in your life. Really beautiful. So let's see. Now, so you have the Death card, Scorpio season here, and Scorpio energy of transforming, right? Transforming some energy around love, around choices that you're making, no longer making choices based on what has hurt you. Because when we have these walls up, we don't make choices that are based on our heart. We may tell ourselves that. But what we're really doing is making choices so that we don't get hurt again. This is understanding I've got to start taking that armor off. I want you, and you do want healthy boundaries, but I don't need walls. Because when I have walls, I'm also not allowing myself to step into making choices that are really best or what my heart desires. And relationships are a very important aspect of our life, and really taking action on this, putting some time and energy into it, committing to having this better balance in your life. I really love this. Okay, Aries, well, let's pull the Soul Truth card for you for some final advice. And I do personal readings, so if you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. Okay, what are the dominant emotions that run my life? Yeah, that's the energy here, right? What is the dominant energy when we have those walls up, right? That could be, anger. It could be frustration. It could be hurt. It could be, guilt. It could be shame. Taking a look at what is the dominant emotion that is running my life, having me make decisions based more on protecting my heart than really and truly allowing me to follow my heart. How do you feel your day? Stress or joy, trust or anger, anxiety or peace? We have only today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will bring us the feeling we seek. But when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we will attract more of it. This is fulfillment. Yeah, and I think, you have this energy here. I think you're wanting to balance your life out, bring more joy, bring more happy into your life, and you're ready for this. You have done the major part of healing. It's this energy of seeing clearly, okay, the silver lining in a past situation, and allowing yourself to just start bringing in the joy. You don't have to go gung-ho. You can just start with baby steps of starting to do things that your heart really desires. And sometimes that is looking back. What did you used to enjoy? Are you doing some of those things now? And if not, one of those could you incorporate into your life? That could be a hobby, or that could be volunteering, or that could be, a person that you haven't talked to in a while and saying, we haven't gone together in a while. Let's get together. I'd love to, go to dinner or something, do something with you. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there, Aries. I do appreciate all your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light to you. Bye for now.